This is Gradius. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. We've got a mighty collection of, well, these intense shoot-'em-up experiences. So we've got Gradius, the original one, our mother planet, and then we've got Salamander, Life Force, 2 GOFER, 3 something, Salamander 2, and Salamander 3. So that's kind of cool. There's also a sub-menu that includes sound gallery, a visual gallery. You want to take in some of the art and the instruction books and everything for the games, and the Gradius guide, and then there's some settings and stuff, but it's pretty straightforward. We're going to be diving in and showing off the different games. So you get a selection of things: North America, EU, Japanese versions. You can pick and choose, and then you can have original mode, easy, invincible, replayer gallery, online rankings, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, so you get like 18 versions across 7 arcade titles, and it's the first time Gradius III AM Show version is on home consoles. So that's kind of cool. Deposit the coin. 1 coin deposited. Action away. So this is some cutting edge visuals right here. Absolute edge of your seat thrill ride. So it's probably, I don't know, like I'm assuming most people don't know what this series is. If you do, I'd love to hear your tales of excitement that you've had over the years playing this, but anyways, it's just another one of those compilation packs that brings back a bunch of, well, nostalgic Konami titles and makes them available in the modern era. And it's great that these sort of compilation packages continue to exist as they allow us to enjoy a plethora, I actually got hit there, a plethora of different games that have been, I don't know if you would say like forgotten over time, but definitely games that, could use some love and upgrades. And it's definitely a very, like nice looking thing. It's aesthetically kind of pleasing. I actually really enjoyed these little side shooter things. I made a little game like this once in, what was it, like back in like high school or something. Like, was it out of Flash? I think I built it in Flash. Flash was a thing back then. I think I built this in Flash. Yeah, something where you kind of do side scrolling like this and you kind of like shoot a little bit, but it wasn't really much of a game concept. But anyways, I digress. It was kind of a neat little kind of thing, and these games are quite fascinating. And then you can press the back button and you get a lot of like setting options, screen settings and stuff, but we're going to show that off when we go to the next game here, because we want to show off all of the different games to the best of my ability, even though that's quite hard because there are so many options. So this is the second one here. You gotta deposit a little bit of a coin in there and get rolling. But like I said, you are at any point able to kind of press the back button, and you can go to general settings and then change the screen. So you have like a normal, fit, full, dot by dot. We'll try full to see how that kind of goes. And you can change like whether it's center, and you can have different wallpapers, screen flickering, screen modes like sharpness, CRT styles. Whatever kind of fits your playstyle, I guess you would say. Oh wow, that is like the whole thing. That is quite something. Anyways, so normally I'd just be like, I'm assuming the wrapper is like a 4K resolution, but like obviously these games, they're they're small little lower resolutions that like fit into the center, and you get what I mean. Like, it's, from a resolution standpoint, it kind of doesn't matter because we're basically just putting a wrapper around these old games and just kind of playing them in the middle of the screen. It is 60 FPS though, so that's nice. It's fluid, all these different games. Except for this one, the performance is too intense. No, it's this little thing of this one. But it's kind of a neat little package of games. Like, honestly, it's always cool taking a look at titles like this and enjoying them and showing them off, because they're very, very different experiences than what I'm used to. And I like these little ship games. One of my favorites is actually Galaga. I'm actually a little bit of a Galaga fan, what can I say? Oh, game over. I'll show you game over. Now I get it. We gotta, you know, show off all the little bits of this stuff. And it really doesn't give you like the most in-depth look into them, I know, which is not necessarily super helpful for people, but when I'm doing these like compilation videos, I'm trying to do them like in a timely way and show off all the different, ooh, we got a lot of little ships going on here, and show them off in a way that's like, you know, you get to see each of them and stuff and get a little bit of a glimpse into what they offer. And anyways, I hope it works, but I'd always love to show off more if I could, right? Credit deployed. Okay, here we go for number 3 or something like that. Salamander. Like, I'm assuming this series had some level of popularity back in the day, otherwise it wouldn't have received, you know, this many entries? If that makes sense, like, you wouldn't have... Like, games don't get this many releases if they're not doing well. I don't know what the public zeitgeist is on this sort of thing in the modern era, but kind of neat looking. Destruction stuff's kind of cool, like little sprites get blown up. Okay, I'm in the air there, that's not good. That's a bad spot to be. Okay. We'll take these guys right out. But yeah, it seems like the concept is quite similar between the games, right? Like, obviously, it's not like there was enough of a gap for like the technology to really change. It actually would be really cool to get some compilations of games where you actually get to see, like, you know, this sort of a thing, like a franchise that starts like this and then has like full 3D entries and stuff. Would be kind of fascinating. But yeah, it all handles pretty well. And then of course, oh no, I didn't want to upload the thing to the server. No! What are you doing? I wanted to open this thing. Anyways, just want to show you that there's like a manual and stuff you can choose to, and like rankings, and you can do quick saves and stuff, because I feel like I didn't really show that off. And on the controller thing too, you can rewind. You know, if you need to go back in time, you can go back. And you can be like, it's okay, it didn't happen, and you can keep going, but you lose your tracking thing for your stats. So if you care about your stats, like I'm not going on an all-star run here, so I don't care, but you know, if you care about that kind of thing, obviously, that's something to keep in mind here, that will impact your stats ability. Alright. This has been kind of a neat little adventure on this one. I think it's about time that we switched on over and showed off the next entry for this series. Kind of going bit by bit. No, back to game. Back to the start menu. It's time for GOFER. GOFER. I appreciate that it's always trying to give me the North America option. Just makes it a little easier for me. Let's do this. You actually get some choices on this one. Yeah, you definitely, this is actually a lot slower. At least it feels like it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's just got like the highest level of nostalgia and they're just like, wow, this is what I always hoped for, and I'm sitting here being like, this is quite a series. Kind of a bit of a niche choice. That's one thing I'm really appreciating about like the modern era of gaming, as far as at least for consoles and stuff, is getting these little touched up compilation packages that make the games just a little bit nicer. Now that is cool! There was like a dragon come. Am I fighting the planet? Why am I fighting the planet? How am I supposed to fight the planet? I know you're supposed to hack the planet, but fight it? That's just too much work. Down you go, planet thing that shoots fireball dragon thing at me. That's so crazy looking. Oh, there's two of them! Or is it a two-headed thing? Hey, how am I supposed to dodge that sort of thing? 99, yeah. Ooh, it keeps track if I'm male or female. That's interesting. I know it's game over, but like, let me, you know, take another crack at it. Unbelievable, am I right?
Destroy them all.
Here we go again. Oh, this is a neat little selection of games. We'll take these things down. But yeah, I guess we should probably switch over to the next game. You know, in the interest of time and whatnot. This is what 3. Oh, there's only the Japanese versions. Oh-ho! This might be the one that was for the first time ever or whatever. 1985. I like that there's like a slight bit of complexity. Oh, this is a bit faster. This is kind of like iterations upon the game concept, eh? For like different regions and stuff. Kind of fascinating. See, it works sort of like Galaga, where it's instead of like straight up and down, it's sideways and stuff. Interesting. I don't know, this is kind of like a quirky little selection of games. You really gotta wonder about like the target audience for these kinds of things, right? These like space sand lions? How does that even physically work? Or is the idea that I'm like part of like flying over a bit of a planet or something? I'm just so confused by the space sand lions. It's a bit strange, right? Just a little bit. Yeah. It's actually pretty hard to get by these space lions. Let's do this. Yeah, nice and speedy too, eh? Wait, you're telling me I could have just been pressing RT to shoot this whole time? Wow. I've just been pressing the A button. I don't know why that's just instinctive to do that. Yeah, that was just sloppy, I'm gonna be honest with you. Straight up sloppy. Alright, let's get on to the next one. So many titles, so little time. Original mode, let's go. Use in Japan only? Don't tell Konami, guys. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see if we can do a, GRADIUS. There's like so many little settings you could choose here. Well, this looks cool, some ethereal stuff. I think there's like a written documentation that talks about like what each of these creature things is. Although I will say I could do without the game mode section on the left-hand side, but I think from a video standpoint, it's kind of fascinating for you guys to maybe see that kind of a thing, but I don't know for sure. But gameplay-wise, kind of annoying. But it's neat because it tells you like how I'm doing and stuff. Okay, so this one I do have to press the A button. Interesting. Okay. Neat. So now I'm fighting a bunch of weird eyeball things. That makes sense. I gotta say, this is kind of crazy. You die, you just like speed right back in there. The ship design, everything like that looks really nice in this. Yo, bro, you wanna play some Gradius? Of course, that's all we play around here. Gradius. It's not bad. It really isn't. Like, it's actually pretty good. I'm back. Since I use the continue feature, I can't be included in leaderboards. Is there like a really tough like leaderboard group that's like super passionate about this? Would they look down upon me for not having like tracked scores because I continue and stuff? Oh my, that thing that there's always a bigger fish. The giant fish got eaten by an even larger fish thing. In space. Now this one shoots out worms. Because of course it does. Why wouldn't it? This is actually like pretty spectacular, I will say. I don't even think I'm damaging this thing, I'm just shooting its worms out. Oh, I see, it's got like a mouth thing that we're kind of shooting. Kind of reminds me of the sandworms from like Beetlejuice. At least it's not a terribly smart enemy. In theory, it might even die at some point. Oh, it did. Okay, good. Oh! Now it is like Galaga! But the screen is very, very tight in this design like this. It's almost like it was not meant to be stretched out like this. But it's kind of cool that you can. It's really cool that you can, actually. My finger is getting sore from tapping the A button so many times. It's not a button you usually tap a lot of. I will say, this is pretty spectacular looking. Like, there is a lot happening on the screen at once. Which is why it's such a shame to go back and go to the last game. Salamander 3! Let's do this. The Lord British MK3? Is there any other choice I would make? Oh, cool environmental change. Weird backdrops going on here. Anyways, kind of a nice little, you know, compilation of games. You got some good options in here. Get some cool titles. I mean, I think you really have to be into like flying spaceships to truly appreciate this package. But you know, if that's something you're into, this game kind of delivers on that. This game compilation package delivers on that. Like, there's a lot. Is that an Easter Island head that's just started shooting at me?
Please continue. Lord British.
I love how it wants me to put in coins as if I've got, like, you know, I'm in the arcade back in the day. Yeah, please catch a break here. I'd like to have some items.
Please continue. Lord British Mark III.
Maybe the ship is better. Maybe what they said about this ship was true. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm back. Okay. I love that it keeps trying to give me, like, ship parts. But basically is making it through this off of pure attrition. This would cost me so much money in the arcade, right? I would just be sitting here, like, whipping through... What did they use? What's the Japanese equivalent of, like, a quarter? What's their system like, actually, now that I think of it? I never thought of it, but is, like, Japan, did they have, like, quarters as well? Is that, like... Because, you know, currencies are different. I'm curious what their version of the quarter is called, I guess, for the arcade. Like, what did they use for that kind of stuff? Oh, so I can't go through that stuff. I actually have to, like, shoot through it, or how are you supposed to shoot through that?
Please continue. Lord British Mark III.
I can't tap the A button fast enough. Like, that's actually ridiculous. You have to shoot through this stuff to get through it. That's just like coin eating. Absolutely just coin eatery. But, you know, they gotta make their money and all that. Anyways. Kind of a cool little compilation, and I hope I showed it off decently well for you to enjoy.